So we're here at Albuquerque Kickboxing Gym with one of New Mexico's most qualified martial arts instructors. He's been instructing since 1998 and has nearly 30 years of martial arts training. Mr. Ray Yee, how you doing today, Ray?
I'm doing great. It's hard to kind of follow up after that introduction.
Great. Well, my first question is, how did you get involved with martial arts and MMA, and who are some of your influences?
I first got involved in martial arts and MMA primarily as a way to kind of research my heritage and know more about my Asian background. My influences, I have three major influences. Dan Inosanto is the main influence. He's the instructor's instructor, Bruce Lee's protege. Master Chai Siasut, who's my Thai boxing instructor, and Eric Paulson, who's my grappling and MMA instructor, which Mr. Paulson has also trained with Mr. Inosanto and Mr. Siasut.
How did your ethnicity, how did that influence the type of martial arts that you wanted to pursue?
That's a good question, Vince. Well, I grew up in the United States. I was born and raised here, and my parents thought it'd be a good way for me to kind of get in touch with my roots because, as an Chinese American or American Chinese, I wanted to be like everybody else, and having a diverse background, I started looking into things like Chinese Kung Fu, Muay Thai, kickboxing, Filipino Scream and Kali, just things that I had links to through my heritage, but I didn't know much of.
What is it about you guys that separates you guys from the rest?
I think we have a really unique gym and philosophy and just overall instructional staff. We don't primarily just focus on fighters. 80% of our clientele is just, soccer moms, soccer dads, bankers, college kids. But then we have our specialty clients. Of course, the fighters, the special forces guys. But as far as our overall concept is that we don't want to be just a gym for guys. We have 4 female instructors. And then also, we take pride in the fact that we're the cleanest facility in town. And we also make sure that there's no meat market effect, there's no, kind of muscle head gym. You're not going to hear a ton of F-bombs getting dropped here. So it's just kind of it's a fight gym slash, MMA training facility that's for the family.
So Ray, can you name for us some of the fighters that you're training today?
Absolutely. Right now, as far as like local stars, I'm training Lenny Lovato Jr., who is just coming off a win from Nate Moore from the UFC. His cousin, Mikey Lovato, Flip Chavez, who's Diego Sanchez's cousin, and a ton of up-and-comers. I have a lot of high-profile clients like Cowboy Cerrone and Demasio Page, both from the WC. Tommy Watson from Europe. So a lot of really good clients that come in and work with me on their stand-up and also just the MMA game.
So what is it about your program that breeds so much loyalty and quality in your fighters?
I think the thing that's a little bit different is that we demand, just respect for themselves and for, others from them, and also kind of put back a little bit more of the traditional martial arts values, and also we treat everybody like a family. We really demand that they don't, stray from those core values.
So tell us about your connection with Dan Inosanto and the Jeet Kune Do and that type of martial arts.
Well, it's Jeet Kune Do is basically the training method of Bruce Lee. It's not really a style. It's basically utilizing what you have to offer as far as your own personal gifts and attributes, and not being boxed into one particular style. Dana White has said that Bruce Lee was the pioneer of MMA, and it's absolutely true. Mr. Inosanto is my instructor. I'm the only person that's certified in New Mexico State to teach Bruce Lee's method of cross training. And it's not so much, again, it's not so much any secrets. It's just really, being able to go from a kicking range to a clinch range or a boxing range, and going to a ground range and back up, and not having breaks in there. Just moving seamlessly through different styles, different techniques, and making them your very own techniques.
So what does it take to be on your competition team and to be called an Albuquerque kickboxing fighter?
We don't really take anybody that just says, hey, I want to be a fighter.
Right.
It's like, great, you want to be a fighter? Let's see what you have to offer as far as, can you hit the bag? Can you shadow box? Do you know what your punches are? Are you coordinated enough and coachable enough so that you're able to take it to the next level? There's a lot of people that are phenomenal athletes that can look great hitting a bag, kicking a bag, or even shadow boxing, but when you put them into a situation where there's another competitor, they break, or they take everything that they've learned and chuck it out through the window.
Well, thanks for having us, Ray.
Absolutely, Vince.
You're watching Cage Fighter Television.